you as a write-off then. Justin says, Exiled is great at stirring psycho shitstorm, then casually using her memory as a scapegoat. Yep. Yeah, I think her memory is severely faltered because I've never talked to that woman in my life. I don't know who the fuck she is. I've never talked to her, nor her husband. I have no idea why they have such a hard-on for me. The only thing I know about Exiled is that she claimed to have cancer, that she had told Reds if he has anything to do with me, she's not going to have anything to do with him, and he told her to fuck off, and her husband to fuck off, and that's the only thing I know about her. I swear to God, I've never any interaction with this woman, and why she wants to talk about me to the day I die, or she dies, hopefully, she goes before me, is bizarre. And I'm not trying to, say she's got cancer, but it's just like, fuck, I don't want... I'm not the one saying I'm going to talk about her for the rest of my life. She is literally saying, she says, I'm dying with cancer, and I will be talking about Steve and cursing him to my last breath. Okay. If I'm the worst thing that ever happened to you and somebody that you've never spoken with in your life, that I would consider to be a psychological issue.
Okay, so here's where we're going to start breaking it down chunk by chunk.
Justin says, Exiled is great at stirring psycho shitstorm, then casually using her memory as a scapegoat. Yep. Yeah, I think her memory is severely faltered because I've never talked to that woman in my life. I don't know who the fuck she is. I've never talked to her, nor her husband.
While it is true that you have never talked to either me or my husband, you have talked about me, and now him, from your channel, and vice versa. We have never talked, but we have communicated. You communicated with my husband back in the G Plus days, and you have communicated with me many times in live chats, in comment sections, many times. I don't know what you're saying, that you don't know who I am, as you've been talking about me. At one point, you even had Ilya Moon on, and you were talking about how we, as a group, you assigned me to a group, were sending death threats and that sort of thing. You've said many horrible things about me over the years, Steve, and I've been mocking you right back. So I don't know why you're acting so stupid. It's almost like you're calling out for some friend to come deliver you from this woman who's psycho, and you don't even know.
I have no idea why they have such a hard-on for me. The only thing I know about Exiled is that she claimed to have cancer.
The reason I have a quote-unquote hard-on for you, Steve, is because you defended a convicted rapist, and I was appalled. And you did this after I tried to warn you. When I politely asked you on Twitter if I might DM you to give you some information to help you, you blocked me because I was you saw that I was friends with Fiona. I think that's why. You blocked me and were very rude to me. And I still tried because I knew my then friend, Reds Rhetoric, was friends with you. So I went to Reds and tried to give him the information that I had about Earl David Warden. That's why I have a hard-on for you, because I find you detestable for defending him the way you did. And if you didn't know that he was a convicted rapist, then you were really gullible, and I found that detestable as well. Yeah, because it was on its face obvious that he was actually a convicted rapist with a quick Google search on the guy. Yeah. So that's why I detest you. And not only did you do that, you didn't let it go. You and your friends decided to carry on harassing Fiona and me and others for a couple of years. That's why I detest you. Okay? There's also so many other things that you do that I find laughable and funny, but not in a funny way. It's in a way that is ridiculous. You're a ridiculous person. Yeah, that's my opinion. That's it. Yeah, I'm in the audience. Like I said, I'm just making videos from time to time, defending my friend Fiona from your obnoxious, bullying, creepy friends who have allegedly done a lot of other dirty things to other people that are good people. And so I find you disgusting. I find your friends disgusting. I find what you're doing untenable. And I think that you are immoral. Okay? That's it. That's all there is to it. Oh, and you added that the only other thing that you know about me is I claim to have cancer. I don't claim to have cancer. You never heard the words, I have cancer, coming out of my mouth, motherfucker, because I don't have cancer. I had a couple of cancer scares last year, and I showed a picture of myself with cancer when I did have cancer, which I am now recovered from. I'm not even 5 years out from a secondary breast cancer, stage 2, breast cancer that invaded my lymph nodes to the extent that I'm deformed now on that side of my body because I had to have that all cut out. So I had that done. I'm not 5 years out yet. And I had a couple of cancer scares last year. And the reason you think I have cancer is because I flashed a picture of myself in a video of me with cancer. Yeah. At the time that I was actually having a cancer scare, I was convinced that I was going to have to go through the entire treatment again that had tormented me for 8 months of my life, where I could do nothing. The entire 8 months, really nothing. I could just lay there and just do nothing. It was horrible. Chemo was awful. I don't wish that on anyone. But anyway, that's why you think I have cancer, because at the time that I made that video entitled No Truce with You, McRae, I thought I was going to have to go through cancer treatment all over again. And I was horrified that Brian was going to have to experience that along with me again. Turned out that it was a false alarm. I did not have any cancer. But I never said that I did have cancer. I just flashed a picture of it. And the other reason I flashed a picture of myself at the height of chemo, when I did undergo chemo, is because I had seen the fundraiser that Ilya Moon had done. And her fundraiser said, stage 1 cancer with no additional information. Now later, I learned what she did say she had, because I found inadvertently the live stream on Red's Rhetoric's channel promoting this idiot's fundraiser. And Bull was the one who was presiding over that fundraiser. And I saw what she was saying, and I saw the fake screenshot, the fake documents that they showed with the fake dental bills all redacted. And I was like, those are dental bills. Those aren't bills from a hospital that's treating her for any kind of cancer. And I just couldn't believe anybody believed it. And she was getting thousands of dollars. And that was playing on my mind at the time. And that is why I flashed that picture up. And you want to know something, Steve? Sure enough, Bull, Cheshire, Ilya Moon, Glober Mom, one of the other idiots, Mr. Sirius, I think it was, held a stream on Ilya's channel and attacked me for making that video. And there's nothing wrong with my video. My video is addressing you. You claimed that we had a truce that we never had. I'm not obsessed with you. You're obsessed with me. Yeah? You're telling people that we have truces that we don't fucking have. I would never have a truce with a man who is still apologizing for a convicted rapist, a serial rapist, who is about to stand trial for raping his own kid. So no, there would never be a truce with me. Whatever made you think such a thing. Look at the featured video on my channel and you'll know why I said, no, there is no truce between me and Steve McRae. And I know how truces with you work out. Look at what happened to Bill Ledlow. Yeah? So no truce with you. I just wanted everybody to know absolutely no truce. And you also need to apologize. But we'll get to that. You're gonna whine about that in a minute. and then I'll address you.
Yeah, she had told Reds if he has anything to do with me, she's not going to have anything to do with him, and he told her to fuck off, and her husband to fuck off.
Yeah, I think that there was a time when actually early on, back in September 2019, Red's Rhetoric showed all of our private messages where we talked about this. I never said that if he stayed friends with you, that he should fuck off. And quite the opposite. Reds was intolerable of the people I was friends with. And who did I tell him I was friends with at the time? Fabio, Christopher Malti. I didn't dare tell him any of the other dragoons, because they had recently inducted me into their server and were trying to understand why I was still friends with Red's Rhetoric. I didn't tell him about any of those people, right? Just, a few people who I thought, he could tolerate, and come to learn, like, he really hates the two people I mentioned, Christopher Malti and Fabio. Anyway, but, like, he was the one grilling me in our call about who my friends were, and then he made me delete my tweets of me calling him out, which I did, and then he promised to talk to you and give you the evidence that I shared with him. And then he got back to me and said, Steve just thought it was an interesting topic. He doesn't care about the guy. He's not friends with him. And I was like, okay. All right, well, anyway, I had a few words to say after that, but Reds got real surly with me after that and decided to block me. And I said, I really don't care if you block me. I hardly ever talked to him anyway, and could really give a rat's ass if he blocked me over something so silly when I was trying to be helpful. So that's how that actually went. And there's evidence. You can just ask him for the recording he made of the conversation he had with me and Brian, because I'm sure he records everything. Just ask to listen to that. I have a vague memory of what we talked about. I'm not ashamed of anything I talked about with him on that call. Yeah. And I also have texts that you can look at. I never said anything like that. If you're friends with Steve, fuck off forever. You're a liar, Steve McRae. You just casually lie about people all the time. And I'm going to debunk you.
And that's the only thing I know about her. I swear to God, I've never any interaction with this woman, and why she wants to talk about me to the day I die or she dies. Hopefully, she goes before me. Is bizarre. And I'm not trying to, say.
Started stumbling over your words there at the end, so I thought I'd give you a break and cut you off. So that's the only thing you know about me, and ooh. Steve, you know who I am. You mentioned me. You assigned me to a fucking group that I was actually not a part of at the time. And then you just proceeded to call me a troll. And I'm not a troll. I'm a troll wrangler, mister. Okay? Get that through your thick fucking head. I'm a troll wrangler, and I deal with trolls. And that's who I've always been. But I'm not a troll. And I also do it under my own account. Most of the time. I did troll you once on Lulu the Teapot. That was great. So, yeah, you don't understand. I told you just now. Just for a reminder, you defended a convicted rapist. You attacked the women who exposed him, and he needed to be exposed because he's a police auditor and he's got hundreds of thousands of subs who he's fooling because he's a grifter. He's a grifter. And, you are too, probably. That's probably why you get along with him so well. So, that's that.
Got cancer, but it's just like, fuck, I don't want. Hey, I'm not the one saying I'm going to talk about her for the rest of my life. She is literally saying, she says, I'm dying with cancer, and I will be talking about Steve and cursing him to my last breath. Okay.
So, I never said I'm dying of cancer, Steve. Again, now I have a perfect opportunity to remind you again, I never said I'm dying to cancer. What I did say was that if I see you out of your bubble bullshitting people, I am going to correct you. I'm a member of the audience. I'm one of your fans in your community, like it or not. And if I see you bullshitting about me or others, we're going to correct the record, and I'm going to address you. So if I'm in a live chat and you're bullshitting and you don't have me blocked and I see it, I'll correct you. You don't get to bully me and say, do you understand? Do you understand? If you ever speak to me again. No. You're out of your bubble now. You're on somebody else's channel. And when you're on somebody else's channel that I'm welcome on, I will comment if I'm there. This is what I was trying to explain to you, because this is actually what had happened when you thought we had a truce. We had had an encounter in a live chat where I was correcting your errors, and you didn't like that, and I ended up being the one that was sanctioned and not you. And then Demi came in and said, hey, that wasn't cool that you corrected Exiled and sanctioned Exiled and not Steve. Absolutely foul ball. And then suddenly they wanted to make a little peace. And I was just like, no, it's okay. I don't care that you timed me out. I actually don't care. I never said I had a truce with you. So anyway, I've never said that I have cancer. I flashed a picture of myself with cancer and said, from now until the day that you either go off the internet or the day that I croak, if I see you doing this shit, I'm going to call you out. Because I see what you're doing. I see your bullshit, just like so many other people do too. People appreciate me that I do call you out when I do. They do appreciate when I call out your two scuzzy friends, Cheshire and Reds. And so I have established a level of small following of people who do appreciate it, because people are pretty much afraid of you and your friends. And that's all going to come to light one day, Steve, why people are afraid of you. And the more people that step up and the more people that feel that they can do as I do and speak back to you without experiencing repercussions, right? Because the more you do repercussions on people, the more legal trouble you're going to find yourself in, because we are gathering evidence on your bullshit and your in real life hassles that you're giving to people. This evidence is being collected, and that's it. We're just collecting the evidence for now. If you've been attacked in your real life, feel free to come to me. I am taking notes. There's a number of people who have, and not by Steve maybe, but by his friends and the people he surrounds himself with. And this is intolerable, and this is unfair, and this is unwise on his part. But if he keeps it up, one day the big king in this game is going to take a fall. And that's it. I'm not obsessed with you. I have a life, unlike yourself. I hope you find a good closet to live in, Steve. I know you're looking for one.
If I'm the worst thing that ever happened to you and somebody that you've never spoken with in your life, that I would consider to be a psychological issue.
And you are correct about that. But that's not something I've ever said. Never said it, never thought it, never implied it, Steve. That's you being a narcissist. Thinking that you might be the biggest and baddest thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. You have no idea about my life. I don't talk about my life on this platform or any other social media platform because of people like you and the people that you hang out with. If I did, you'd understand. You are a flea. You are literally a small boss with a lot of ads. You are literally, to me, Brett Keane. You cannot stop trolling. And yet you present yourself as a serious content creator here on YouTube. That's my opinion of you. You are not a threat to me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid of some of your friends. Yes. But I'm pretty sure I can handle it. And anything they throw at me. Okay? You're an egomaniac. You think I think things that I don't think. You're the one with the fucking psychological issues, not me. And now we have concluded my little debunk of Mr. talks out his ass, just says whatever he thinks people are thinking about him, rambling on endlessly on live streams because he can do nothing else but have conversations like we have in Discords with our friends. That's what he thinks is entertainment here on YouTube, but it's not. It actually isn't. It's just a little platform for an egotist, male chauvinist pig. And those are my opinions. Have a nice day, people.
That's all we got. You know what I'm saying? Hop the trick. That's all we got. Can I get over? Can I get over?